All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and knock it out the park. Good dot back again. Once again, let's lock in. Shout out to the IPA. Ladies and gentlemen, the Philippines has been boasted or boasted as one of the premier travel destinations for foreign men, right? And this is for a multitude of different reasons. The beautiful beaches, the accommodations, how cheap it is to get around, the women. We're just gonna go ahead and say that, right? So there's a million and one reasons why myself and a bunch of other YouTubers or other people who make content about the Philippines has talked about why you need to come to the Philippines, right? Why it is the premier destination for most foreign men. And to an extent, they are pretty much same talking points, right? We really don't drastically get out of pocket when it comes to the reasons why we're choosing to travel. Pretty much cookie cutter standard. It's cheap, women are beautiful, beaches are nice, right? Kind of the same vibe, right? But I'm going to tell you why it's never going to work out for the majority of these guys long term, right? If you're looking to call Philippines home in the future, I'm just going to be honest with you. The greater majority of you guys are just not going to make it. You see, because while you talk about all the beaches, how cheap things are, dealing with the young ladies and things of that nature, you never really know what it's like until it comes down to the idea of settling in, right? Found you a place, you kind of got into a little something, you like what you're doing, you've traveled to the places that you want to, you've been to these destinations, that destination, seen all the beaches, the volcanoes, the mountains, whatever you needed to see, you've seen it all. Now it's time for you to settle in. Most of y'all ain't gonna make it because y'all not built for what the Philippines has to offer in the general sense. Y'all are not built for the everyday, day-to-day routine that it takes for you to be able to survive as a foreigner in the Philippines. Now, I'm not gonna sit there and tell you, oh my God, man, Philippines dangerous, bro, don't come to the Philippines, you're not ready. No, the routine, settling in, is a very, very dangerous thing if you don't have it put together. You see, once you've seen all the destinations, like I said before, you've traveled to all the locations and you've done everything that you possibly wanted to do for yourself. What do you do next? What do you do now? That is a question that's going to roll through your head time and time again as you choose to make the Philippines your home long term. Damn, I done seen this. I've seen that. What do I do now? What is it that I do? And if you don't have a routine that keeps you busy on the day-to-day, you're going to lose your mind, right? And there's these subtle things that go on in the Philippines that you're only going to realize once you start to call it home. Number one, you're going to go to certain places and you're going to find out that they're completely out of stock of everything that you asked for. You might go to your favorite grocery store, your favorite food place, and they'd be like, oh, sir, not available, sir, mom, sir, we're sorry, not available, not available. When you start hearing that shit enough times, that'll fuck with you. Not going to lie to you. Because at some point, you're going to be like, well, what do you have, right? It's going to be frustrating. And a lot of guys aren't ready for the frustrating aspect of living in the Philippines, right? Walking down the street, you step in some dog shit in your flip-flops. I've done that before. That frustrates the hell out of me, right? Walking down the street, somebody in the corner over there pissing. I caught that on video myself. Kid was in the corner. He came right in front of the video. I shit you not. My man just said, F it, right there in the corner. And if you're not used to stuff like that, you're going to sit there and be wondering, what the hell did I sign up for? How did I get here? Now, if you're one of those BGC bubble types where you're just sticking into your nice little comfort ecosystem or whatever, it may hit you a little bit later, but I still believe that it's going to hit you nonetheless. You see, because once you start to settle into the Philippines, you're going to understand there's a lot of things that you have to adjust to or, get used to it going on in your life, right? Philippines, rainy season, hot season. Motherfucker, it's always hot. It's just hot. It's always hot in the Philippines, right? But then there's that nice little 6-month period where it just rains a great deal of the time. So it's always humid. It's always wet. You're always going to get rained on, all this stuff. And some of y'all just ain't ready for that. I know because it took me a second to say, yo, what am I doing? I was going to school, so I had a routine. I had things that I was doing on a regular day-to-day. That whole time I was there, I was in college. So there was always something for me to do. It wasn't like I'm bored, but if you're retired and you ain't really got nothing to do, I'm gonna tell you, man, most of y'all aren't built for that. Y'all just not. And you're going to get bored, you're going to get angry, you're going to get frustrated dealing with some of the people, because again, it's not going to always be sunshine and rainbows. You're going to have frustrating situations, things where you're trying to get some things done, it's just taking too long for it to get done, so it's going to test your patience on a regular basis. You're trying to go over here, you're trying to get this paid for. Even something as simple as renewing your visa process can be a pain in the butt unless you pay somebody to do it for you. Then you have to trust that person to hold on to your passport, not lose your passport and all that stuff. So it becomes a very, very trusting process when it comes to that, but also very frustrating because it takes time. All right. And you have to understand that the Philippine system in general is not as antiquated, as fast, and it doesn't quite move at the same pace as probably somewhere else, right? So things just take time. You have to be patient. You have to understand Philippines gonna run out of stuff. Probably something that you really needed that day, and you just walk up into the store, hey, you got this? Oh, sorry, sir, we don't have. And that might be the straw that broke the camel's back for the majority of y'all. So if you're not ready for it, I just want you to prepare yourself for it, right? Because settling in, is a very, very different beast. It's very dangerous if you don't figure out what it is that you can do for yourself to keep yourself busy on the day-to-day. If you choose to deal with women on the day-to-day, don't think that's not going to get expensive, right? So there's things that you have to appreciate, but accommodate and also adjust accordingly in order to make it work for you. And I want you to know that it's not going to be easy for everybody. You can visit the country 10 times, 20 times in a row, stay for a month at a time, whatever it may be. And then the final time, you're like, you know what, man, this is my last trip, man. I'm going to make it more official than a whistle. You settle in, now you're like, shit, I'm here now. This is me. This is the life that I signed up for. What do I do now? And I never want you to have those moments. So if you're looking for some things to do, or, join a community, man. There's a whole bunch of people out there that I know, wherever you're choosing to live at, the majority of the time there's going to be a small foreign community if you choose to entertain or interact with other people that are like you. By all means, do so. But it's good to develop a routine, because I promise you, it's going to be a rough one if you don't, okay? And that's just my PSA. I've been through it. I've been there, done that. It's not the easiest for everybody, all right? So if you live in the Philippines, by all means, I would love to hear what you guys got to say. If you got any suggestions or anything that you can throw in there to help people adjust accordingly, by all means, I'm sure they would gladly appreciate that information. Then a good time, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Talk us out.